You know what? If you don't hear me, I'm gonna get pissed off later. Another thing I need to fix. Actually, if I'm being honest, part of me that feel heavy. Okay, this is off the record. Welcome back to another episode of Haley Off the Record. Background is different today. We are actually sitting at a cafe because I wanted that freedom to express, and I feel like I have been kind of censored myself. I didn't like that because this is the space where I let my thought flow. I need to keep it real on here with you guys because that's what I do. Anyways, fears and self-trust is what we're going to talk about today. Yesterday, I have a conversation with my mentor. We are having a challenge, 30-day challenge to clear our fear, and I feel like what a great message from the universe because for somebody who didn't always have things work out for them, I have so much fear, and it's not in the way that you might think, because on paper my life looked perfect. You know, I live in a high-rise apartment, I get to work from home, I have this flexibility, freedom of time, I've lost the weight, I have family support. Like on paper my life looked perfect, but these days it really got brought to my attention that I have so much underneath things that I need to address. And yesterday, obviously, when I was chatting with my mentor, I really see it when I stop doing the subconscious work completely, doing the inner work completely, should be all floating to the surface. She said that it seemed like I have a pattern, and I said, wow, I see it now. Because remember when I had that crash out at the start of the year, everything 10 years ago got brought to the surface because for the 10 year I have been go using momentum to not deal with anything at all. And it's similar, just on a smaller scale this time. The main thing for me, it's usually how I link my productivity to self-worth. And I don't know how to feel safe if I'm not doing anything. Because for me, I sit still, then I don't feel productive. If I don't feel productive, then I feel guilty because I should be doing something with my time, should be maximize it. And it's all brought to the point that if I'm not sprinting, then who am I meant to be? For so long, my body has been so used to sprinting, always doing something. But now I'm kind of thinking that, am I just staying busy or am I actually doing something productive to move the needle? Because my mentor brought up the point that usually procrastination always appear where we know that we need to do something that's going to move the needle, but it's just a little bit much for our capacity right now. And that is when we need to stretch our capacity. And for somebody who has an entire life built on such an extreme discipline, I see now that I do procrastinate, but not in the way that you think. On paper, my life is perfect. I'm super productive. You know, I do all these things, But in small little things, I can see it. I have like a goal to journal this year. At the start, I was going at it. I was journaling every day. I tell you I have 2 journals, but actually for the last 2 weeks, I hasn't been as consistent as I was, and it started feeling like a chore. But then again, I feel like it's a skill that we need to practice, expressing ourselves, digging deep into our subconscious and see what our subconscious mind is asking of us. That's a practice skill. Because it's a practice skill, you kind of just have to keep doing it. And maybe sometimes it's gonna feel like, oh my god, I have to do this, it's feel like a chore. But if we don't do it, shit be getting to the surface, and that's when we're gonna crash out, gonna fall into the slump. There will be signs just before I fall into that slump, you know, that low point slump that I fell into because I was binge watching like 6 seasons of TV shows in 3 days. But at the same time, I wasn't doing any inner work. I wasn't pouring that kind of care into myself. So kind of like, I'm like self-inflicted to me now that I think about it. Like sometimes it just takes zooming out of the picture and look at it. So for today's session, oh my god, I need a drink. I feel like we should journal together. I got my laptop with me. I got my journal with me. So what excuse do we have, huh? Funny enough, my mentor has actually given me a daily prompt that I need to do every day for the next 7 days. And you know me, I am big on rule following. So here we go. Let me just pull up. So what part of me feel forced, heavy, and performative today? Right, journal. I've been really good at the start, right? I was like writing letter, my favorite feeling, something I need to forgive myself for. I have a lot of prompts that I actually really enjoy doing. If you want me to share, comment below and I will share 10 of my favorite prompts. Many letters to people who I don't talk to anymore. As a Taurus, I still be thinking about people from 10 years ago. So, what part of me feel forced, heavy, and performative? This is so vulnerable. Pretty much would like journaling together. So it's pretty much like you getting to read my entry because we're bestie around here. So I'm not filtering my thought with you guys. I'm not editing my thought with you guys. So if it sounds crazy, if it makes no sense, girl, it is what it is. So what part of me feel forced, heavy, and performative today? I feel like I'm gonna focus on the part heavy, part of me that feels, let's just start and let it flow, because if I overthink about it, it's gonna be nothing gonna come out. Part of me that feel heavy and forced today. Actually, if I'm being honest, the part of me that felt heavy fast today is, if I'm being honest, starting this episode felt a little overwhelmed. I think I have been having a dent in my confidence lately. Showing up on any kind of platform feel like pressure to me. Is the fear of being misunderstood, being judged, and some part of it being seen that I haven't really had before. To be honest, I've never felt like I have a fear of being seen, because with all my previous content, I had received positively comments, returns. People praised me, feel inspired by me, and in a sense it felt good. It fed my ego, and it made me feel seen. It made me feel recognized, something I always crave, because growing up there has only been a handful of times where I felt chosen, seen, recognized, and it's like an itch that never gets satisfied. I struggle with feeling enough because I don't get verbal affirmations, acknowledgement growing up. It has made me strive for the better, but it has also made me push the finish line further and further away. So in a sense, I may never get there because there is no there for me. When I achieve something, I always feel like I could do more. And without acknowledging what I achieved, I continuously dismiss myself in a sense. And that brought me to why I feel overwhelmed, heavy before filming this episode. Because I know this is when no one watches me. There's no applaud, no engagement, no praises. My ego wouldn't get fed here. But I still feel like a kind of pressure that somebody is maybe watching. What if there's somebody deciding what they think about what I say? What if I'm being perceived that I didn't put my full effort into it just because no one is watching? What if I'm not maximizing my potential? What if I'm not sure who I am? If I'm not living up to it? But what even living up to it means? The whole point of this is having a space where no one watches, where I don't have to watch what I say. There's no applaud, no judgment, no engagement. Oh, wow. That's some heavy stuff. To be honest, I did feel a little bit overwhelmed starting this episode. For some reason, I feel like there's always eyes watching me, and I've shared it before from my high school bullying. You know, they used to make sure I was in the earshot to talk about me without saying my name, but they will make it very noticeable that they're talking about me. And I feel like even though highly feel like it's at the space where no one is watching me, there is like 0.000 in a million chance anybody I know is going to find me. But I can't help but feel like there would be someone who's judging me if I'm not putting in the effort with what I say. I know that everyone is going to have an opinion no matter what anyways. Or, you know, I cannot make anyone like me, but I just cannot snap out of that belief yet, and that's something I'm still working on. And that actually brought me to my fear. It was fear that making me procrastinating when I know I need to do something, move the needles, like doing my inner work, because obviously I have a lot of issues, girl. I don't know what I was afraid of, and I think that's something that I need to sit with it. I feel like it's the fear of being misunderstood, and it's something that stems from my childhood. I have always been scared of instability. I don't know when it's the exact memory. I feel like a lot of my feelings get dismissed. I don't remember a lot of a childhood now. I blacked out the most part of it, and now you know that it's probably not normal. But I just remember that if I complained that I was sad about something, my parents' counter would be, what do you have to be sad about? You have the roof to live under, clothes to wear, on the table, going to a good school. And it's always made me feel like my emotion doesn't have that much weight. And it's funny for somebody who seemed to always act on my emotion, and that's just like another thing I need to fix. I need to stop being available to act on my emotion, because girl, that girl be driving me crazy. My fear, it stems from the fact that I never get to express myself fully, and that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that there will be judgment. I'm afraid of showing me, truly me, fully to other people, and somebody's gonna have something to say about it. And because all my experience, if somebody has something to say about me, has always been negative, my head ultimately thinks if people have things to say about me, it's gonna be a negative comment. I never really think that if people have things to say about me, it will be something positive, and that's something I need to kind of requive. My mentor say there's always polarity. If there's something, it's gonna be the opposite. If people have something bad to think about me, there will be good things to think about me too. That's something I need to wire in my head, because I feel like fear is not that bad. There's this way, right, to take advantage of fear. For somebody who has always have things work out for them, have always had things that's gone to shit. Whatever come out of the other side of the tunnel is so much better. I feel like I just need to really lean into my fear and just trust myself. Trust myself that I'm gonna figure it out. Trust myself that this fear is trying to teach me something. Trust that this fear is a message that I need to receive, that I need to recognize. And it's not necessary about clearing the fear in the sense of getting rid of it, because I don't feel like you can fully get rid of it, but you can get to the stage of neutralization where you are okay with having that fear. For an example, I had always been very scared of the dark, but it's not like I'm scared of the dark. I'm actually scared of what's in the dark, but it could be nothing. And it's because, you know, watching a lot of horror movies, my head's always turned to the negative, that there's like ghost bullshit in the dark making me scared. That's kind of the same with the fear of being misunderstood and being fearful of being seen for truly who I am, fully expressing myself. I'm fearing the opinion. I'm fearing the possible opinion, not like the real opinion that people have, because I don't think people have any opinions really, because there's really nobody's watching here that know me. I'm hearing that possibilities of people who know me or people who may not know me may have negative opinions about me, that it hasn't even happened yet. And that's crazy thing, because it sounds like a very self-inflicting, self-sabotaging that's what I'm doing, to fear something that hasn't even happened yet. But I feel like there's way more than that. That's I just like really need to like sit with myself and really think about it. So while I like sit with myself, because sometimes I like to come back to things, I want to show you guys this second lesson that my mentor given me. So to neutralize fear, I really need to dig deep into it. The fear of the dark. It's not really fear of the dark. It's fear of what is in the dark. What does that say on a deeper level? It's kind of like that. So I'll show you the list. I need to list out all the big moments of past guilt and shame. Honestly, when I first read it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a game changer. List out individual you feel like you owe. List out individual you feel you let down, and list out any part of your life you wouldn't want to public online. Whoever wrote this, give them a Nobel Prize. When I read the sentence, I immediately have things pop in my head. This points straight to my fear, because underneath that fear of being misunderstood, underneath that fear of being seen, being perceived negatively, is fear of disappointment, fear that I'm gonna let somebody down. And that makes so much sense, because growing up as an eldest daughter, I have always been told that I need to set a good example, and that really showed in everything that I do. If I make a mistake, I beat myself up so badly, because I feel like I have let my parents down, I have let my siblings down. It might sound over dramatic to you, but believe that it's installed when you're so young. It's like an imprint, and it's gonna take a bit to break free from that. It's not just the fear of being judged for me. It's not just the fear of being misunderstood or what people gonna think. People gonna think I'm not a good person. People gonna think I'm wasting my potential. It's the fear of letting people down, and I don't want to let people down. I don't want to be a disappointment, because I kind of associate being a disappointment or making a mistake with having no worthiness. That's not good enough, and that's just the way I've made to feel growing up. I was never allowed to make a mistake. Oh wow, I feel like no one really said that to me. My parents didn't really say that to me, but that's how I was made to feel. So that's kind of make my body break for all this time. I need to make everything perfect. I need to success. That I need to have everything together. Otherwise, I fail. Also, I, for some reason, terrified of failing in public, but it's all tied to disappointment. I feel like I owe a lot to my parents. My parents worked really hard. They always tell me that we work really hard so that we can go to a good school, we sit on table, everything. So I always feel like I owe my life to them, and I also feel like I owe them their life too. So when I feel like my action disappoint them, it just adds onto the debt, and that really weighed me down. And I didn't realize how much the pressure of performing all the time, the pressure of not making mistakes, the pressure of holding it all together hold me down all these years until yesterday. And like I feel like I've really reaching the surface when it's come to fear. Obviously, I still have a lot to work on, girl. It has gotten to the point where I know I cannot ignore this inner work any longer, because I spiral. This has been a pattern now, because this is not my first slump. I have had a few slump, crash out, feeling like I'm not enough, even though my life is perfect. I have achieved every single goal that I've set out so far in my life, and I still don't feel like I'm enough. I'm really spiraling sometimes. It's happened way too often now, and it starts to show physically too. When you're bracing too much, and this is called functional free. My mentor said it's like driving with a handbrake. You can still keep moving, but you feel friction. And yesterday when she said that, I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense. I have this high functioning anxiety. It was a function of fear because my body has bracing for impact for so long. It was always bracing for the next thing to go wrong, the next negative thing to happen. And being so disciplined, I could still move forward, but I felt this friction. It felt so drained to do simple tasks, do tasks that I would usually feel inspired. I wouldn't think I would need so much effort. It's really show lately because I got sick so much. And then the last year, all of a sudden had a problem with my digestion, gastritis, pain that I never had before. And it's really go to show that's whatever happening inside your mind, whatever your body is bracing for, it's affect your body on a whole. It's like my body is literally screaming out for help. Like, hey, you need to do this in a way. You need to like fix me before I give it up. Because you know, like you can keep driving on a handbrake. Yeah, it's not gonna fuck up the car immediately, but it will eventually. So this is what we're doing. We are committing to the next 7 days, doing the journal prompt and really digging deep into our fear and just to understand that fear and neutralize it. And if you are watching this and you are also dealing with a lot of fears in your life, maybe fear of being judged, fear of being seen, fear of being misunderstood, fear of letting other people down, I want you to know that you are not alone. This is our sign. We really need to work on our inner work because it's not going to magically fix itself. You really need to do the work. It's a practice skill, neutralizing your fear and being able to live with it and not have it affecting you. That's what we are going to do. Journaling, do what we gotta do, not procrastinate. When it's come to time where we have to sit down and really sit with our feelings, that is our task for the sessions. So that is where I'm going to leave you. If you are watching to the end, thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you want more, make sure you subscribe because we do this every week. I have made a promise to myself. I'm gonna start showing up consistently every single week. I am actually traveling next week, but I'm gonna film and I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna make sure it is up because I need this, you need this. So make sure you subscribe and I will see you guys next week.